Hello and welcome to Enjoy the View Travel. Let's talk about this week's view on travel. All right, this is a special episode. It is our last episode of season 1 and it is our 20th episode. So I hope you have enjoyed this week's view on travel this year as we have traveled through 2024 talking about all the hot travel topics. We will have a season 2 in 2025 with a whole new intro, a bit of a new look. You're kind of getting some sneak peeks at it last episode and this episode, but quite a few new things that are coming. I would like to know, though, what are some things that you would like me to report on? What would you like to hear more of? What would you like to hear less of? Put that in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do about that, and I'll try my best to get that information for you. I want to thank everybody so much for your support in this first season as I am learning the ropes and how to make things better. So I look forward to travels with you in the new year and sharing about this week's view on travel news. Now, let's get to this week's view on travel. Well, I told you last week to pack your patience, and I wasn't kidding for this holiday travel. So Christmas Eve morning, woke up to a nationwide ground stop for American Airlines. Now, it didn't last all that long, about 2 hours, but it did cause some major delays. And apparently, even a passenger in Nashville, Tennessee, was arrested because they were asked to go to the ticket counter to change their flight instead of at the gate. And apparently she didn't like that. So, again, please pack your patience. Japan Airlines also had to halt flights on December 26th due to a cyber attack. Now, it only affected about 20 of their domestic flights, and flight safety was not impacted. So remember that holiday travel is going to continue through New Year's Day. So continue to pack the patience especially if you are flying or driving. Either one, and just be kind. So if you're planning on headed to Vegas, say for New Year's, just wanted to let you know that parking fees have risen substantially at major Vegas resorts. So remember that you are paying for the convenience of being on this trip at those major resorts. And convenience does come at a cost. So it's going to run you about $18 to $20 if you do self-parking. If you are going to do valet parking, of course, that is going to cost you more. Also know that you would be expected to tip the car runner about $2 to $5 for each interaction. So keep that in mind if you are planning on driving. Okay, there are some cheaper rates around Vegas and even some places where you can still park for free. So if you're planning on going to Vegas, do your research on where you can park and fit that into your budget so that you know what it's going to cost you. All right, let's talk cruising 2025. So after several years of drama in the cruise industry, from the COVID shutdowns to the high demand for cruising, 2025 hopes to bring a calmness to the industry. I would still expect to continue to see a healthy cruise pricing over the next year, but possibly to start to see a slowdown. Okay, so here are some of the big things that you should expect to see in 2025 within the cruise industry. In 2025, more than a half dozen new big ships are expected to launch. Private destinations are on the rise for a more luxury cruise. Also, cruise lines are opening 2 new private beaches and making enhancements to already existing locations. And as the Florida cruise ports start to fill up to their max, you can look at Galveston to start adding some additional cruise terminals. They are expected to add their 4th cruise terminal for additional sailings in 2025. And it looks like 2025 is going to be another amazing year for cruising. Here at Enjoy to Travel, I have 2 cruises already planned for myself. So you'll get to see those. One is on a new ship, one that I haven't traveled on. And it is also a newer ship. It launched last year, the beginning of last year. So we'll be on the Celebrity Ascent. And then also we'll be on the Enchanted Princess again in the fall for a New England, Canada cruise. So I look forward to all that coming up in the new year. If you would like information on booking a cruise for you, your family, friends, or even a group, be sure to reach out to me at enjoytheviewtravel.com for more information and a free consultation. All right, it's time to wrap up with our cruise tip of the week. This week, however, it's really more of a general travel tip of the week. We're going to talk about travel advisories. So whenever you're traveling out of the country, whether it is on a cruise, in a plane, on a train, always check the current travel advisory level. Okay, as you can see here, there are 4 levels, and so we're going to talk about each one briefly. Okay, we're going to start with level 1, all the way up there at the top. And that's just exercising your normal precautions that you would normally do when you are traveling someplace new anyway. I would hope that you or your travel advisor had done a little bit of research about where to go, where not to go in that country or city, and knowing that you want to keep all of your things with you and keep them safe. And all of those precautions. So just normal precautions for a level 1. Okay, then we're going to head down to level 2. Level 2 is exercising increased caution. This typically means there has been a little bit of a rise in crime in the area, and they just want you to be extra cautious. But at this time, travel is still okay. Just take those couple of extra precautions, because you know that there are some things that are going on. So if we reach the level 3, that's the orange one over here, then you want to consider doing some heavy research on where you're going and find out why the advisory has been increased. Sometimes they will tell you what's going on. Sometimes they give a vague general, but you can kind of look up some things online and kind of figure that out. And it's probably time to possibly change your travel plans. So keep that in mind. And, you know, if you have to change, you have to change. Your level of safety is so much more important than any trip that you're going to go on. So if we reach level 4, okay, that is do not travel. Okay, there are not a great deal of countries that are on the do not travel, but there are some. So before you decide on your vacation destination, go and make sure that that country is not on the do not travel list. So at that point, you are going to want to change your travel plans due to whatever is going on in the area. And you want to make sure that you are going to a safer destination at the moment. And I know that it's not fun if you already have travel arrangements and you had your heart set on going to this certain place. But remember that no vacation is worth your safety or your life. So make sure that you do change your travel plans if it is a do not travel. Now, if you are going on a cruise and the advisory changes for one of the ports that you are going to, we actually have already experienced this for our March cruise. We were supposed to be going to, now I can't even think of what it was, where we were supposed to go. I'll have to look and see because it's been changed for quite some time now. But anyway, we're going to Jamaica now instead. So it was a port that I hadn't been to either. So I hate that I can't think of it at the moment. But anyway, they changed it and we're going to a different port. So when you're on a cruise, one of 3 things will happen depending on the level of advisory that has come out. So sometimes you can still travel to the port and they may recommend limitations on where you go, or they may limit the time that you are there. That has happened before. So that's one thing that could happen. They could also change the port to a different port, which is what's happened in my case. or they could cancel the port altogether and you have an additional sea day. That does not bother me. I enjoy sea days, so that doesn't bother me, other than the fact that you are missing out on a port, that you had planned on. But know that when they do this, it is always the last resort when they do that, and it's always for your safety. Due to the travel advisory and what's going on in that area, or due to the weather. Sometimes they have to cancel ports due to the weather as well. So make sure that you stay safe out there while you travel. Be sure to check travel.state.gov. That's the website, and click on the tab at the top that says Travel Advisories. It'll be on the right side, and that will have your latest updates. Okay, so that will wrap up our this week's view on travel for 2024 for season 1. I hope that you will join us for season 2. It's going to premiere January 4th with a little bit of a new format. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because again, season 2 is going to kick off January 4th, so you don't miss an episode. And we'll also have a brand new Let's Cruise series that will be starting on January 1st. I'm working on that now. So, Enjoy the View Travel wants to wish you all a safe and happy new year, and I'll see you in 2025. Join us next time for this week's View on Travel with Enjoy the View Travel. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell.